Thank you for tuning into my channel. This is block 4 in the Starlight Starbright quilt-along. So if you want to see how to make the two-way star, please stay tuned. This is block 4 for the Starlight Starbright quilt-along. I have already made 3 blocks that we've done. I will link the playlist in the description so that you can check them out. These are the previous 3 blocks. They are the Friendship Star, the Freewheeling Star, and the Ribbon Tail Star. I've done these in 2 colorways. I've done the red and black and gray are my practice blocks, and these blues here are my video blocks, the ones that I make for the actual videos. Today's block I'm very excited about. I think this might be my favorite one that I've done so far. This one is called the Two-Way Star. I have it here in the red and black and gray, and what I like about it is that you get the effect of 2 stars. There's a red star here and then a black star going around it, and there's also a little bit of contrast here. The top and bottom blocks are made from different fabrics from the left and right blocks. So I'm excited to share that with you today. There is a download. I think I left it over there, but there's a download that you can go to my blog and check it out. I have a link to my blog in the description as well so that you can go and get the download for this awesome block. I actually like this block better than the Ribbon Tail Star, but they're made in exactly the same way. And this block is actually different, it's actually easier than the Ribbon Tail Star because there are less cuts that you have to make. So for this block, I have, let me see, there are 4 fabrics that you have to cut. So the background, you need 2 6.5-inch squares and 5 5.5-inch squares, and these are them. And then for in the download, I call them the small star points. These right here. You actually only need 2 6-inch squares, or no, 6.5-inch squares, 1 of each of those fabrics. And then for the large star point, you need 4 of your whatever you want this solid star to be, and these are going to be 6-inch squares. Now, one thing that I really like about the colors, the fabrics that I've chosen, is that they're pretty interesting fabrics. One of them I've been trying to use for a while. I tried to use it for my beginner sampler quilt, and it just, no, I didn't, for the jewelry box quilt, and it didn't quite work out. This fabric is called Here Comes the Sun. I'm a little bit nervous about it because of the green, but I think it's going to be fine once I put it in with everything. And then the other fabric, my background fabric, I actually saved the selvage for this one. It's from Moda, the Zen Chic line. And on the selvage, it says, "Creating with you makes my day." And what I like about it is it's like the design for airplanes. It's really interesting and neat. So I'm excited to try both of these fabrics in this block. I think it's going to turn out really, really great. So the first step of this process is I'm going to set aside my 5.5-inch squares, the background squares, and then my 6-inch large star points. I just need to push those to the side for a little bit while I work on the smaller star points. So all I'm doing is creating half square triangles with this. I've already drawn a line from corner to corner on this background square, and I'm going to put these right sides together with my other squares, and then I'm going to stitch a 1/4 inch on both sides of those lines. That's going to give me 2 half square triangles for each one of these, so I'll have 4 in all. I'm going to stitch these, since you've seen me do this a lot of times, I'll stitch these off camera and get them pressed and then show you what we're working with. I have all of my half square triangles right here. When I made the last block, I decided that I would square up a couple of them and then not square up the other ones to see which way worked better. And for me, it really worked better to square these all up. So they are all squared up to 6 inches. And you can see I have 2 of one fabric and then 2 with the other fabric, and that's exactly the way it should be. I'm going to now take my other fabric, my darker blue, and I'm going to lay it on each one of these half square triangles. I've already drawn a line diagonally from corner to corner on this square, on all 4 of them, and I'm just making sure that the diagonal line goes across both of the fabrics. It's not on the stitch line, it's crossing them, it's crossing the stitch line. And I'm going to do the same thing I did for the first step, which is stitch on either side of the drawn line a 1/4 inch. And then I want to show you what that looks like when I have it done. I've made all of these blocks with the larger half square triangle and the smaller star point here. I do want to point out, for the ribbon tail star, we took the block with the smaller the smaller triangle on the right side of the background. For this block, we're going to take the triangle on the left side of the background. Okay, so it's going to be opposite of these. And I have both the stars up here, and you can see they look almost identical. Well, actually, they're kind of mirror image. So here you can see the smaller triangle on the right side. Here, the smaller triangle is on the left side. So we're going to take this block, and I've already pressed these and squared them to 5.5 inches. And so I have all 4 blocks here, and then my background squares, and I'm going to just lay the quilt out. And the layout is basically the same as the one that we just did. Actually, so far the star points are the same for all of these blocks. So I'm going to put 2 background squares on either side of the bottom row, and then a square in the center of the middle row, and then then 2 squares again on the top row. And for this one, this is kind of backwards to me, but it's right side up for you guys. But I have I have all of the planes right side up for you if you were looking at it. Okay, and so then I'm going to just insert the star points here, and we just want to make sure that we have matching fabrics opposite each other. And I chose these fabrics because they're very similar, but hopefully there's just enough difference. But the reason I chose similar fabrics here was because that dark blue is so bold. So hopefully it'll look nice once everything is in the quilt. All I'm going to do is press these blocks into rows, sew the rows together, and press toward the background fabrics, and then this block will be finished. So I'll show you what it looks like. This is the finished 2-way star. I really love the way it turned out with these blues, and I think the background fabric is just perfect for this block. I will put it up next to the red and black and gray one. Hopefully you can see the contrast between these the little light blue stars. The fabric, the color is about the same, but the pattern is just a little bit different to give it some variety. I was concerned about the green in this Here Comes the Sun fabric, but to me it looks really nice. It still looks mostly blue, especially far away. So let me know in the comments what you think about how this block came out. Also, if you like the red and black better than the blue, I'd love to know that as well in the comments. Remember that you can check out the download for this star along with all the other stars in the Starlight Star Bright Quilt-along. Check the description box for the playlist. If you have any questions about what you've seen in this video, please leave them in the comments below. Thumbs up this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!